A lot of people that seem like they have money and can afford all these cool cars actually can't. And this was a big realization for me the older I got and the more I understood about finances. I'm here in Utah with this beautiful view doing what I preach you guys all the time, which is to buy TSX and travel. So I decided, why not hook up the camera and get a little talking POV to y'all right here. A lot of people leverage these finances with leasing cars or putting out money in financing cars. But if they were to buy it outright, they actually can't. And for a lot of these cars, it wouldn't make sense to buy it outright. Like you think of a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini, you wouldn't want to put down that much cash up front because that type of money will be more valuable to you in an investment versus tied up in a depreciating asset. But the most important thing I've learned is that it's not hard to get into these cars or these situations that make you look like you have a lot of money, but you don't. A lot of people just front for the camera and for online. A lot of people eventually make a lot of money playing these personas that they actually aren't. I guess I just want to make this video because it may seem like you're behind because somebody your age might have a Lambo or something crazy. But it's like, dude, everybody's road or everybody's path to success is different. Not everything is linear. Not everything online is real. And a lot of us fail to see this. You think about growing up when your parents would tell you, don't believe everything you see on the internet. But yet here we are being bamboozled of people that we don't even know if they're actually being truthful or not about their finances. The most important thing you can actually do in life is focus on yourself. What can you achieve? What is within reach? And what are you not doing? A lot of us base our lives on these internet personnels. You know, you think of celebrity drama, people picking sides with things they don't even know. Like a lot of these people are friends behind the scenes. They'll put on a show just to create views, to create tension, something to just hook you. And I mean, that's the whole point of social media. That's why I think of an intro sentence when I start these videos, just to kind of hook the audience so you guys watch. Because if the video doesn't seem worth your time, are you really gonna sit around and watch till the end? No, you probably wouldn't. So it's similarly just the same thing, you know? Some might say, if I was in an M240 instead of a TSX, I'd probably have a lot more followers, or I could have a lot less. I try to base my content around the message I'm sending and not really the car I'm in, which is why sometimes I make a video in like a rental car or my friend's car because I don't want it to be tied to just the car. That's not what my mission is about. My mission is about being financially smart. You know what I mean? And that's one of the biggest things to success. Knowing what your finances are, where do you stand, and how can you better yourself? What investments can you make into yourself? And something I feel like we miss a lot is like our parents. Like you think of all the money you spend hanging out with friends, doing all these cool things, bring your mom out for breakfast or some stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like do something cool with your parents. And obviously I fall short of this too because the older you get, and the easier it is to go out, you don't have those restrictions like you did when you were younger anymore. You tend to spend less time with your old folks. And that's not just you, that's just the average person. You think of like your lifespan. And there's a chart online that I saw that talks about their lifespan and the people you spend it with. And once you hit like 18 or 25, between that range, the time you spend with your parents drops, and then unfortunately they're gonna pass away and then you're not gonna be able to spend more time with them. So try to spend some time with your folks and don't let these people online fool you. A lot of that stuff is fake, man. Actually, I would say most of that stuff is fake. Like obviously there's some people that have money and I don't know how to explain it, but if they actually do, you'll know. Like some people just don't have to show off. They don't need the best flashy car in their video. Their aura just admits that they have that bread. And I don't know how to explain it, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, dude. Yeah, why bro running around yelling slurs? This is shit you see when you just come back in Jersey, bro. People just be crazy. As you guys can tell, we're back in Jersey. Literally just got off the flight. I can show y'all 7:49 a.m. and I decided I'm gonna finish up this video because there's a lot I didn't get to touch on yesterday when I was at the canyon. The point I wanted to get over is that although a lot of people can't afford the nice cars they have, there's also a lot of people that can afford it. So I realized that this is like, I don't know, I make these videos and then like, I'll like learn from them. Like I make a lot of hard stances in my videos. Like I made a lot of hard stances against leasing and financing, and then people comment and I'm like, you know what? Maybe there is some like a light to the end of the tunnel. Like, I can understand why you'd want to go through with this, because the way your experience went, it don't sound that bad. Like for the leasing video, a couple people mentioned how if you lease, I forgot what company, if you lease with a company, but they basically made you feel like a king, and they were talking about the incentive. And I think it was Greg. I think Greg was the one that said it in the video, commented, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like, you know what, that don't sound that bad. Like, I can understand why you would go through with that, because, you know what I mean, if you're getting all those benefits, it's like damn near, like, why not? You know, for the price you pay every month, although you never own the car, why not? That's basically where I'm at right now. Like I said, a lot of people can't afford the cars they own, which is true. You know, it's so easy to stunt for social media. Everything is just a cash grab these days. A lot of people make it seem like they're in a position they're not, just so they can sell you advice, so they can sell you a course. You know, you think of courses. I've never been a believer in a course, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I've never been a believer in a course, because I don't believe that somebody with a method to make money, unless you know that person, unless you're actually cool with them. Like, I don't believe in buying courses off random people online, because if they found a method to make money, why would they give it to you? You know? And it's the same thing with these cars. Like, cars are a status symbol. People want to be in a nice car so they can be seen as somebody that has a lot of money, and therefore their knowledge is worth more compared to somebody who doesn't have a nice car. Like, let's say if my goal on this channel was to make it seem like I have money, right? I would simply just rent a car for every video. Would that be financially stable, the financially wise thing to do? Right now, probably not, but you have to think of it as an investment. YouTube is a business, and if I invest in the content, if that was my goal, I'd simply go on Turo, I'd build a relationship with a rental person. You know what I mean? I consistently rent the same car from them, and I blur the plates. There'd be no way you guys can tell it's not my car. You know what I mean? So it's like, if that was my goal, it could be doable. And the more you realize that it's not that hard to get into these nice cars, the more you realize that a lot of these people are just putting on a scheme just to sell information, and I don't mess with that. And I guess that's why I had to make this video. I've seen a lot of people compare selling courses to like school or college, and I have to disagree with that. And if you guys have a different opinion, let me know in the comments, and I'm gonna tell you my reasoning, right? I've seen people compare buying a course to going to college. They'll say, oh, like, you basically paying for a course when you go to college. First of all, you're paying for the network when you go to college. You're paying to mingle with people, talk to people from different backgrounds, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, that's, you know, up for personal debate. Some people go to college, they don't talk to people. Some people go to take advantage of it. Whatever. You pay for courses, you get put into a Discord chat or something with other people. You're not meeting people face to face. You're not forced to be into classrooms with people, and just make those natural in-person connections, which is what I feel like the world is lacking these days. Everything is so online. Like, people need to get on campus and meet people, dude. You know what I mean? And second of all, if you think of college is a pipeline to the workforce, and the workforce needs people to keep the economy going, to keep money flowing into the top % pockets. If I'm selling you a course, let's say I make money flipping cars, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sell this course to you so you can also get rich, and we're all gonna get rich. I don't know you, I don't care about you. The only thing I gain from you is that one-time purchase, or maybe if I'm making other courses in the future, I can know that, you know, if you made money off my first course, I'll have a returning buyer. There is no incentive for me to put you onto my game, because you're not gonna work for me. I'm not building a dealership or something where I need skilled car flippers in my business. Like, these people are just basically saying, I love you guys so much online that I don't know you, but I love you that much, and I'm gonna sell you this course to teach us information to learn how to make money, even though you making money does not benefit me back. It does not make sense from a business perspective. I get it. There's some people out there that will actually give genuine information, and that all depends on what the information is. Like Chris Fix, I know he gives Excel sheets on how to look at cars and this and that. Like, that's different from somebody saying, oh, I got rich off this, so I'm gonna sell you this information so you can also, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping out. Let me know what you think down below. Cause at least in college, it's like, You know, they want you to go to work. That is the end goal, to build workers, to keep the system running, to keep the game running. If you go to trade school, you get a trade, it's because they need workers. They need qualified, trained people to do these jobs that the majority aren't willing to do. Like, everything has a catch, and I just don't believe in things with no catch. Like, I don't trust people online. Like, that's really what it comes down to. I just don't trust people online, dude. So to wrap up this video, because, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and head home because it's early in the morning, getting a little tired, and I don't feel like eating right now because it is super early. I'm gonna wait until like 10 o'clock or something like that to eat breakfast. But just to wrap up this video, y'all, don't believe everything you see online. A lot of people just want your money. They don't really care about your well-being. So don't think that these people actually matter to you. They don't. The same way you don't matter to them is the same way that they don't matter to you. So don't make these people your personality. You know, it's so easy to get caught up with social media and think that, oh, just because this person is ahead, that, you know what I mean, you have to be there too. Like, no, everything takes time, but also don't use it as a coping method to think that it can't be done, because it can. I'm just saying, a lot of these people that are fronting like they did it actually did not. You don't know these people's backgrounds. You don't know where they grew up. A lot of people that are fronting that, you know what I mean, they came from regular upbringings and all this stuff. They're not, dude. They come from a silver spoon, a golden spoon, whatever they call it. They're not from the same situation as you, so the path progression is not going to be the same. I guess that's basically what I'm trying to say. So just be wise, be smart, take everything with a grain of salt, and also hustle. And there's a lot to learn from these people, even if they're faking, you know. The hustle and dedication to lie to people consistently is a skill. That is a skill. And sometimes in the business world, you need that type of skill to con people. And that's how a lot of people money. So if you're into that stuff, you're into that grimy lifestyle, I mean, there's something to learn there. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video, y'all. Make sure y'all travel and buy TSX. If you're in Utah, check out Zion National Park. I had a lot of fun there. Got some dope pictures. And now we're back going towards the sun. Be safe out there. Be smart. Don't let social media fool you. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video, guys. Be safe out there. Peace.